All right, family, welcome to everyone new and returning overseas and America. Welcome to all of my new subscribers. Welcome to our community. We are grateful to have every soul here that is here. Grateful for all of the love and the support. I am sending love to all of you all. Thank you so much to everyone who had been checking in on me, praying for me. I got everyone's messages. I was unable to respond to all of them, but I am well, guys. It's just been a busy past 2 weeks, just with life in general. And the Geechee Empress has been busy, okay? So thank all of you. Thank you all for trusting me and allowing me to be a part of your journey. This message is going to be a little bit different today. I want to talk about something that I am seeing as just a common theme over the past few weeks, from just people in my normal everyday life to my mentees to reading the comments, and even emails and DMs that I get. And by the way, guys, I am not on Instagram very often, okay? And I have in my Instagram bio that I do not DM. I typically do not. The best way to reach me is to just send me a message through my site, okay? I am definitely not in the Instagram DMs. But just from those areas and even strangers, y'all, I find myself saying a lot in these spaces, you know, it's important to take your power back. You're giving that too much power. And I want to kind of talk about that today to the collective, okay? Because I feel like this is something that everyone can benefit from. I even find myself saying it to my kids sometimes. So yeah, I just, it's something that I feel like everyone needs to hear or should hear, especially if you are on your healing journey, okay? So come on in, y'all. Hit the like button as you come in. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Leave a comment down below if you feel led to share this video with anyone you think could benefit from this. All right. So this is more on the personal development side of the healing journey. Okay. Personal development is an area that I am extremely passionate about. I feel like personal and self-development goes hand in hand with spiritual development. It is required for growth. I do believe in emotional intelligence and being emotionally intelligent and being able to work through situations in a way that is, you know, appropriate, right? And so this is going to be more on the side of personal development with spiritual development, okay? So it is important, like in your healing, that you take your power back. Energy goes where your attention flows. Whatever you give energy to will grow. Whatever you give energy to, it will grow. Okay? I'm sorry about that, y'all. That kind of distracted me. But anyway, so when you are so focused and fixated on what someone has done to you, how someone has wronged you in whatever way, shape, or form, when you are so fixated on that thing and you're constantly thinking about that, speaking about it, reliving it, you're giving it energy. That is giving it power. That is feeding that thing. That allows that thing to grow, to take up space. How do you starve something? By not giving it energy. So I often find myself telling people, you have to take your power back. You have to take your power back. How do you take your power back? By reshifting your focus, focusing on you and your healing. And healing from a thing isn't, you don't have to focus on the trauma itself or the person, you know what I mean? To heal from it. It's like you heal from it, you do the work surrounding that thing, whatever it is, right? And you let it go. And you'll know that you're healed from it when it no longer triggers you, when you no longer give it so much energy, so much thought, so much of your attention. Okay. That is very important to know on the healing journey. As long as you continue to speak about a thing, relive this thing, you're thinking about it all day, you are feeding it, it is growing, it is taking over, it is consuming you, and that is not conducive to healing, and that is not healing. And if it still triggers you, you're not healed from it. There's more work that needs to be done. And what I find a lot is people want to heal, but a lot of people really don't want to do this work. A lot of people want to do the surface level healing, but when it comes down to really putting in the work, a lot of people don't want to do it. But it's like, this journey isn't all love and light. There are some dark moments and some dark times and some dark seasons on this journey, and anything that is worth having, worth living, it takes work. This journey is not for the faint of heart. You cannot be a healer of others without first healing yourselves. You understand what I'm saying? So that's important to know. And here's the thing, when I say, because I'm going to tell you, and what a lot of people don't want to hear is that they tend to victimize themselves when they give so much power to this thing or to this person. And it's like you have to release the victimhood or the victim mentality, and you have to take your power back. Okay? I want to give an example, but I don't want to trigger anyone. So I'm kind of torn on whether or not to give that example. For instance, okay, trigger warning. And this is just a little piece of my story, okay? But to give you an example, when I was 5 years old, I was molested by like some family members or whatever. And for the longest time, I think I repressed the memory because I didn't remember it. And then when I did remember it, it's like I kept reliving it. And then I began to, it was like an excuse almost. And at that time, I didn't see it as an excuse. And I remember someone saying to me, stop using that as an excuse. And I was so offended, but it was because I was unhealed. But, you know, taking that situation, when my mentality was, well, this happened to me, so, you know, I do this, that, and the third. That was me giving that thing so much power, giving them so much power, right? But that versus, you know what? This happened to me. I could not control it because I was 5 years old. But this event will not dictate the rest of my life. This event does not define me. This event does not own me. It has no power over me anymore. I no longer use that event for any choices that was made by me, even when I was unhealed and hurting. It happened. It is unfortunate that it happened. Disgusting. But it does not define who I am now or never, even in my past. You understand what I'm saying? That's the difference in giving something power and not giving something power and taking your power back. You know? And it's just really important that we be able to do that. That is a part of healing. And so now today I can take that event and use it to help others, right? Because I've healed from it. It doesn't trigger me anymore. I worry more about it triggering other people. It doesn't trigger me anymore. It happened. It doesn't define me. I am who I am. I am who God called me to be, with or without that thing. It's a part of my journey. It was a part of, it was a wound. It was a trauma that I had to heal. I had to do the work. It hurt to do the work, but it was what it was. I got it done and I pushed through it. And now today, using it to bless others. It's kind of like whatever the enemy meant for bad, God took it, turned it around, and used it, and is using it for good. And that's just it. I no longer give it energy. I no longer give it power at all. And so, and I'm no longer a victim to it. Because at one point in life, for a few years, I think I victimized myself because that happened to me. And it's like I'm nobody's victim. Like I had to rise up out of that. And so that is the importance of taking your power back and understanding that you are who you are, regardless of what happened to you. And let's not look at it as something happening to you, but something happening for you, if you understand what I'm saying, okay? And I'm not trying to offend anybody. I don't want anybody to be offended by this message. This message, is not going to be for everyone. If you're not in an emotional space or the right, if you're not healed enough along your journey, if you're not in the right space to grasp what I'm saying, then it will absolutely go over your head, right? But if you're in the right space to receive the message, to understand what I'm saying, to hear my heart, then you know that it is not my intention to offend anyone, but it is my intention to help you to understand how to call your power back from a person, a place, or a thing, and how to use it not only for your good, but for the good of others. Another example I want to give, and again, trigger warning, someone hexing you or putting roots on you or something like that. It's like when you do what is necessary to uncross yourself, to cleanse yourself. You do what is necessary for your deliverance. You do what is necessary for your protection. And you keep it moving. When you give it power, when you consistently think and worry about it, when you are consistently afraid of it, when you consistently talk about it repeatedly, you are consumed by it, you're feeding it energy. That is what they want. You starve it, by removing your energy. Take your power back even from that. And understand that no one can do to you what you do not give consent to. Okay? It is so important that everyone begins to understand the power of, or begin to understand that you have power. You have the power. You have authority. Things can only work on us and affect us if we give it power, if we give it energy. And by constantly worrying about it, thinking about it, talking about it, you're giving it and the person power. Take your power back. Even from that. Okay, yes, that happened to me. But guess what? They can't do nothing to me. I don't give consent for that. And I'm going to push through regardless. That versus, oh my God, I can't seem to do anything right. Nothing seems to be going my way because such and such crossed me up. They put roots on me, hexed me, and now everything is falling apart. When that is on repeat, that is feeding that thing power. Take your power back. Because I'm telling you, without your energy, it can't work. It ain't gonna work. And there is nothing to be afraid of. And I know that because there was a time that, you know what I mean, we were all afraid. There was a time before I really truly understood things that when I found out I was whatever, I was afraid. And then I was always afraid that they would do it again. I was giving them too much power and too much of my energy. And truth be told, that is what they needed. They needed my energy to fuel their work against me. And then when I just took my power back, y'all, they called me on the phone one day. Real talk. Because it's like they felt that shift. They felt that withdrawal. Called me on the phone. Hey, can I ask you a question? And proceeded to ask me a question that they would have no way of knowing had they not done what they had done. And so once I discovered truth, once I knew truth and began to understand universal law, spiritual law, ranking, etc., that don't scare me. And if you know, you know. Like, I don't give that any power because it has no effect on me at all. I'm going to push through regardless. I'm going to get through regardless. I am always going to overcome. Like, these are the things that you really have to speak over yourself and believe and know. No weapon formed against me is going to ever prosper. And I truly believe that. And so you have to get into that mindset and into that mind frame where you step fully and completely into your power and walk in it day in and day out. And I promise you, you will begin to see a difference in your physical reality. You will begin to notice a shift not only in yourself, but in your atmosphere and in your circumstances, in your life. Personal development, emotional intelligence, spiritual development, all of those things go hand in hand and are very necessary, not only for your healing journey, but for your journey as a practitioner, whatever kind of practitioner you may be. light worker, root worker, healer, whatever it is. All of those aspects are very important. You cannot practice, you cannot be a practitioner and do work for people if you yourself are unhealed or not developed properly. Okay, so I hope that whomever needs this message comes across it. I hope that it helps you in some way, shape, or form on your journey. Until next time, guys, peace.